Hi viewers, so today we'll be talking about the last few commands from the draw menu, such as gradient. We discussed gradient in the last lecture, so we'll be talking about boundary command, region command, wipeout, revision cloud, and text, which include multi-line and single line texting. So let's discuss each one of them now. Before discussing them, let us draw some objects. Like we would want to draw rectangle, right? Similarly, if you want to draw a circle, center radius, let this be the circle center and let this be the radius. Similarly, if you want to draw a polygon, let it be pentagon 5 enter, specify center, let this be the center, let it be circumscribed, and let it be like this. So now we have drawn these objects, and let's learn the first command of today's lecture, that is boundary command. So let us click on the boundary, and now let's click on the pick point icon, and let's click over here in this region on the upper half of the circle, or you can say the upper semicircle. So let us click over here, and we can see that a dotted line has been generated in that region. Just like in the hash command, wherever we click, the nearest outer boundary, the closed boundary, is selected, and just like that here this command also works like that. So if I click over here, we can also observe that this is the region, the one that is represented by the cursor, right? So if I click over here, the lower part is also selected, and now if I press enter, it is telling us that boundary created 3 polylines. So now if we bring our cursor over the object and we click, then because it was drawn as pentagon, still the region where we clicked, that has been selected. And if you want to move them to some place somewhere else, we will just move them using the move command, which is m enter, specify base point, let this vertex be the base point. So we have to click over here, and we can move that boundary. Similarly, we also selected this upper semicircle, and if you want to move, you will again press m enter, let the center point be the base point, and you will move it out. Although on the original diagrams that we drawn, there was no effect on them, but another boundary has been created over the last drawn objects. So here we can see that these objects, they are extra now, and because we wanted them to be drawn, we have just used boundary command, and with one click we got the result, and we have moved them out, and now we can do whatever we want to do with these objects now. So this was the boundary command. Now the next command is region. So let's click on the region command, and let's click on this object, this pentagon now, and press, because we have selected the object one found, in order to proceed further we have to press enter. So let's press enter. So the command line says one region created. Now how do we know that really the region has been created? So let us look at in the realistic view. So here let us go to the view menu, and let us look at the visual style and in the conceptual view. So now we can spot the difference between the other objects and the one where the region command has been executed. Even in this view we can again execute the same command, and that is draw region. Let us select this semicircle, press enter, and from the wireframe a region has been created. So this is the importance of this region command, that it will be used in the 3D drawing. We will be using this region command before extrusion. Okay, and now we can also find the area. Like if you give the command area enter, it is asking us to specify first corner point or object. So let's select an object. So for object we have to write the capital letters. So O, enter, and let us select this semicircle, and it is giving us now the area is 47.1242 units and the parameter is 28.1618. So now the area command can be used after the region command has been executed. So let's go back to the 2D wireframe, right? So now the next command is wipeout. So although the name suggests that it will wipe out other objects, but that's not the case. It just hides the object. So let us click on the wipeout. It is asking to specify first point or frame or polyline. So let us select this first point, second point, third point, fourth point, 5 point, 6 point, 7 point, 8 point, and then let's close it. So there is an option of close in the command line. So you'll just write C, enter. So now this object has been closed, and this is the wipeout object. Now the objects that were drawn before, they are actually hidden because of the presence of this wipeout window. So now if you want to visualize them, they are there, they are not deleted. So this command might be useful in the future where we want to hide some objects and we would want to draw a window or a frame which can hide some objects for the time being. Now let us delete this wipeout. So we have selected the polyline because the wipeout is actually a polyline. So just by one click or just by the green box touching this object, we have selected this object, and now we will press delete and that wipeout window will be deleted. Now the next command is revision cloud. Revision cloud is mainly used for review purpose or revision purpose. Like if you have drawn some objects and your instructor wants to, or your manager wants to see the drawing and he points out some mistakes, so he can comment within the drawing by using the revision cloud. How we do that? So let us go to draw, revision cloud, and now if I start just one click and I move the cursor without clicking, you can see that a cloud shape object has been drawn, right? If we zoom it, you can see the actual geometry of the revision cloud. So they are actually arcs which are joined together, and they are moving with the help of the movement of the cursor. Now if we bring our cursor over here, we are out of the command. The revision cloud finished, and now we can write inside some text, like we want to point out some mistakes, to let the student know or the junior know what is the mistake. So this is mainly used for revision purpose, to review your drawing by some manager or some higher authority. Similarly, there is another option of revision cloud. We have to go to draw, click on revision cloud, and now start the revision cloud. Now you might have seen the direction. Like if you want to end over here, we have to press enter, and now it is asking us to reverse direction, no or yes. So let's zoom this revision cloud and we will observe when we click on the yes option what happens. So now it has inverted its direction in which the arcs were drawn. So we can also do that, and most of the time we can draw revision clouds like this. So let me delete these. Now for example, this circle is drawn incorrectly, so here I will draw a revision clouds just like this, and then I'll go to draw command, select text, for example multi-line texting, and here I'll just, because it is asking us to specify first corner of the block, so let us click over here and then click over here. Now we can write something like the, let me increase the size. So now we can write some text like the circle is incorrectly placed, right? So we will click on OK, and now in the revision cloud we have reviewed the drawing and we have commented on that, so the student or the junior will know what correction he should perform. So this is the revision cloud option, and in this option we have already used the multi-line texting. So let us discuss that now. What is the difference between multi-line and single line text? So let us select the single line text first. It is asking us to specify the start point. So let us click over here. Now it is asking us to specify height. Let it be 0.5, enter. And it is asking us to specify rotation angle as well. So we can write text in the X direction like the way we write in our copies or in Microsoft Word, and it is also giving us the opportunity to try to write something at an angle. So here it is asking us for the rotation angle. So let us give it the value of 45 degree, and we have to press enter, and now we can see that the text can be written in the inclined position. So here we can write engineer Y is a good teacher, and if I press enter, I'm in the next line, and that next line means it is now another object. And for example, I can write 100 pico farad. If I want to write the value of the capacitance in a circuit, I can write 100 picofarad using single line texting. So right now I have to click outside, and I'll just press escape to get out of the command, and now you can see that this text has been written at an inclined position at 45 angle. And if I click on the first line, that is selected separately, and if I click on the second line, that is also selected separately. So whenever we want to go to the next line, that next line text will be another entity. Now it will be a separate entity. So this is the single line texting. Now regarding the multi-line texting, if I go to the draw command, select text, select multi-line texting, and it is asking us to specify the corner. Let it be the first corner, and let it be the second corner, right? And here we can write some text like the same engineer Y is a good teacher. Now you might have noticed that when it reaches this arrow, it goes to the second line by itself. So it is adjusting the height, and the width is constant now. So it's a good teacher, and the capacitance is 100 picofarad. So we have to click on the OK now to get out of the command. So now we can see that the height of this block can be adjusted if the number of words are more, but the width is almost constant, right? So this is how we can write text within drawing. So this is the last command in the draw menu, which is text, and here we can select multi-line or single line text depending on the drawing. So I hope you have learned the draw commands now. In the next video we'll be talking about the shortcut keys or the short forms of the draw commands, and after that we'll be discussing modify commands because they are quite oftenly used in the drawing. So now if you have any questions in the draw commands in any of them, and if you have any confusion regarding any command, you can always let me know in the comment section, and thank you for watching.